Hi, my friend. I'm Adam Pecoraro, and I'm so happy to be working out with you. You're gonna need a chair for today's workout and dumbbells. Don't worry, if you don't have dumbbells, you can have cans of soup, water bottles, a book bag, a duffel bag, fill them with clothes, fill them with books. All you need is something to give you some resistance, but it has to be a safe choice, okay? So don't grab a goldfish bowl and then your cat in this hand and they're trying to battle one another while you're doing bicep curl. Let's get started. So my friends, sit in your chair, try to sit tall if possible, feet on the ground, shoulders back, head high. Let's get ourselves warmed up, ready for action. Put your hands right next to your hips and then trying to imagine that you're in water. So there's resistance that your body is fighting against whenever we move. We try to make our muscles tight. Now, you don't have to squeeze your fists. You have to squeeze your arms, your chest, your stomach though. And we're gonna lift our arms up to our chin height, or so we make a straight line out from our shoulder to our hand. We're gonna breathe as we go, because it's not that it's so difficult, it's just that we need to train good breath control. Plus, depending on when you're working out, you might have had a long and challenging day. So, how do we breathe when we're stressed out or angry? It's usually, and then our mental state of mind follows. But how do you breathe when you're calm, relaxed, and happy? And our mental state follows. So let's try to work on our breathing so we can get ourselves in the zone. Top, okay, out to the side, lift, we lower. We try not to shrug. We lift, straight line out, and lower. Keep your trapezius relaxed. 5, and you're flexing. 4, and you're recruiting. 3, because you're imagining you're underwater. 2, 1. Okay, now, like you're gonna do curls. Now, I'm not doing a death grip, I'm just getting my mind right. Elbows tight, and I'm gonna bring my palms up towards my shoulders and down. And I'm underwater, or I'm buried in sand, and I'm learning to recruit. I'm gonna feel my arms, but I'm also gonna feel my chest, my stomach. I'm gonna feel my quadriceps, so my feet are a part of this too. And I'm gonna breathe out when I come up. And time. And now we're gonna raise the roof. So elbows tight, hands up close to your shoulders, press up, press down. Arms next to your ears and down. Also a great way to work on mobility and down. We don't want to arch our back. Your back has a natural arch to it, but we don't want anything beyond that. So try not to stick your tummy and your chest out. Try to just sit and press. Try to feel your shoulder blades squeeze backwards. And it's almost like when your elbows come down, it's like you want to fit your elbows into your back pockets if you had some. One more, press. And lower, okay? Now, hands reach down, neck rotations. Drop your chin, roll your ear to one side, roll to the other. We don't want any shrugs, so reaching for the floor will help. Okay, now pick a side, put your ear to the shoulder, find an angle with your chin. It feels best. Could be high, could be low. Oh, low is getting me. Oh yeah, right there. Okay, breathe and reach for the ground just to accentuate the stretch for a few moments. Oh, drop your chin. Other side, same thing. It could be the same position, could be different. Nope, definitely the same for me. Oh, start to have a tear. Oh my. It's just hay fever. Okay, drop your chin, head up, arms out to the side, small circles forward. We need some fire in the shoulders, baby. Okay, yeah, we're conjuring magic. Casting spells. Okay, keep going. 8, 7, 6, you want it to burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, hit the brakes. Other way. Yikes, we gotta keep going. You'll be all right. 10, 9, concentrate. 8, 7, train yourself to persevere through that burn. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. I'm gonna turn, you don't have to. Okay, so what we're gonna do is put our hands up on our head, and I'm going to try to do a crunch from the seated position. So I'm gonna bring my chest towards my knees and my quadriceps. But the most important thing is that I consciously compress my abs. Now, it's kind of like when you're sick. I know that's a terrible metaphor, but it's like that. You know what your stomach does when it just contracts in? Do that without the effect of being sick, okay? Ready? Here we go. In and out. Expand and then contract. Expand and then compress. Now we never pull on our head, and this is true when we would be on our back doing a standard crunch also. We put our hands up so that we can support our neck against the weight of our head, so it's kind of like a head hammock, but we never pull, because your super strong arms are gonna rip your neck muscles apart. Keep going. Try to get a burn. One more time. And time. Awesome. Okay, so gang, again, we're using weight for today's workout, and we can use dumbbells if you have them available. You want to utilize what is called time under tension, which means that instead of going super fast, you're going to go super slow and make your muscles work harder through a longer duration. Okay, let's hit it. So my friends, we are going to take our sweet time. It will be done in about a half hour. Corkscrew press is first. Be careful of excessive back arch. Your back should arch no more than the natural arch it would have if you stood with correct posture. Now we're going to start in a vertical position next to our head on top of our shoulders. Driving both arms up at the same time, we're going to rotate to a horizontal position over our head. We want to try to draw the elbows close to the body and then drive away. Keeping your abs tight, keeping your feet planted, keeping your quadriceps recruited are all important. At a minimum, try to perform 8 reps of everything. We want to try our best to keep our form very clean. You're allowed to take mid-set rep breaks by putting the weight either on your legs or on the ground or dropping weight. I'm using 20s, I could drop to 15, I could drop to 12. Nothing wrong with that. It's a great way to keep you safe and keep you going. If the amount of time is too much for you to continue all the way through, don't worry about it. In time, you'll see yourself performing longer and longer, and at that point, it might be time to go up in weight or slow down the motion to create more time under tension. Next exercise is hammer curls. We're going to keep our knees close together, and holding the dumbbells vertically, we're going to bring them up to a 90-degree angle and squeeze, and then slowly return to our sides. Breathe out when you curl up, breathe in when you lower down. Now we have a single arm triceps overhead extension. Connect the hand that's not holding the dumbbell to your lap so that you can keep your posture. Bringing the dumbbell overhead always is something to be cautious of. Watch out for your skull and watch out for your vertebrae. Keeping your elbow towards the sky, we hammer the blade of the hand, that's the meat below the pinky, towards the sky. We want to keep our elbow up and drive the dumbbell up. Roll it off your shoulder to your lap. The next exercise is the exact same motion on the other side. Breathe when you hammer up. Drive the dumbbell up. Roll it off your shoulder, set it on your lap. Now we have a seated crunch. This is the exact same move we did in your warm-up. Remember, you want to compress your abs. I want to give you the encouragement of doing a 1-2 count. So when you double over, it's 1, 2, and then the same 3, 4 when you come back up. This way you're not doing some rapid fire crunch, but really being mindful of your recruitment. Breathe out when you crunch over, breathe in when you stretch up. Next, we have seated knee raises. This will work your stomach and your legs. Grip the end of your chair, hold on through the duration of the exercise, lift your feet straight up off the ground, your knees go as high as you're able, and then hold for a moment before slowly setting them down. If you need to put your feet on the ground, it's fine, especially if balance is a concern. However, letting them go onto the ground is a form of rest. So to make it harder, have them simply touch the ground with the littlest feather touch and then bring them back up. Alternating shoulder press. This time, when we load the dumbbells over our shoulders, it's going to be a horizontally held plane. Then, one arm goes at a time, corkscrewing the dumbbell to a vertical position. You want to try to bring your biceps close to your ear and the dumbbell straight overhead. Relax your trapezius and use your back when you both press and return to your first position. Remember, keep your feet on the ground, keep your abs tight, keep your quadriceps tight. Alternating corkscrew curls. For your biceps, we're going to start in our hammer position, but bringing up one at a time, we corkscrew it to a horizontal position. Bring it right up towards your nose. Then, after lowering down with control, we go to the opposite side. Try not to let your arms swing out of control, always moving with intention to control the weight. A two-arm triceps overhead extension. We're going to be in a similar position to the exercises that we previously did for our triceps. However, both arms are working with one weight. You want to have your hands held in a diamond shape. Hands open, palms to the sky, and we keep the dumbbell on the back half of our skull. That way, the triceps, more than the shoulders, are getting the majority of the action. Crush grip torso rotation. This is a great ab exercise. However, when you crush your dumbbell end to end, you are actually in a static biceps curl position. So your biceps and your chest are going to be working too. We turn slowly one way, return to center, and then the other way. Always imagine that there is resistance with your movement. Like we said in our warm-up, you could be buried in sand or in water, and that is creating resistance that you have to work through. Slow with mindful muscle recruitment is definitely the way to go if you want to get strong, if you want to get toned.
thigh master. No joke, we're gonna lift, open the legs, hello, and bring them back. When you open, your thighs are abducting. When you close, your thighs are adducting. So you're working your inner and outer thighs in a dynamic motion. We lift and then open and close. It's important to try to go slow and to focus on balance. Lateral shoulder fly. Try not to T-rex your arms. Now we're using the same part of our shoulder as our overhead press, but our arms are now extended. When you cantilever the weight further from your body, you're gonna have less additional recruitment, so it's a lot harder to lift the weight. So if you have a choice of weights, I would go a bit lighter. Otherwise, expect to maybe have to take more reps in this set or to simply do less reps. Arms out, arms down. I always try to lift my shoulders into a recruitment pose before I hoist the weight into the air. Try not to shrug my shoulders up like a bird and down. No money curls, like you put your hands in your pockets and you turn your pockets inside out like, yo bro, I ain't got no money. That's the angle that your arms take. So you're on a 45-degree angle, more or less. And we open and close the arms. So we're simply working in different planes so that you learn different types of exercises for each muscle group rather than repeating the same exercise for subsequent sets. You could always do that. But in order to find the right kind of challenge for our muscles, we need two things. We need tension, which is when we recruit our muscles to lift weight, and we need some form of overload. The overload could be lifting really heavy, which has its benefit in its place, but can also be dangerous, or we have to find it with volume. And that's what we're doing. So we're doing biceps again, so that we get more volume of reps targeted towards our muscle groups. Crush grip forward press. This crush grip is hand over hand. And from your sternum chest, we're gonna press out and up towards our face. Now you wanna keep your shoulders down and drive the weight away. This is good for your chest, triceps, shoulders, and core. Don't let your torso bow forward. Keep your posture by squeezing your back and squeezing your legs. Flutter kicks. Now we're going to grip onto our chair and recline. We want to try to not have our back lie against the back of the chair. Legs extended as best as you can, and it's an up and down vertical kick. This right here is for your abs and your legs. So when you feel it in your quadriceps, don't worry, you're supposed to. Front shoulder raise. So for this motion, we have a slight bend to our elbow and the dumbbell travels close to our body. Imagine that you had a piece of paper, much like a newspaper, that you were trying to hold under your arm. And if your arm separated from your body, that newspaper would fall. So let's keep our arm close. Lift about chin height and then lower slowly to your side. This is going to recruit your chest and your biceps as well as your shoulders. And remember to keep your legs planted and breathe out as we lift. Moving with intention means that your intention is to control the weight. So we don't swing, we don't throw, we move the weight through its range of motion. Concentration curl, also known as the exercise that most of us saw dads doing in their garage Saturday mornings. You actually get to sit with your legs apart, braced on one leg with your free hand, and we double over. Try not to round your back. Rest the arm that is going to lift the weight against your inner thigh and keep it there throughout the entire exercise. Having the weight off the ground, curl under your chin and back down. Slow and strong, really concentrating on your biceps. Now we're going to do the opposite side. Same thing, brace against one leg, lock the arm that's going to be moving the weight against the inner thigh, and keep it there. Then we curl under the chin and down, breathing as we go. I really think it helps when you're exercising to think about the prime muscles that you're using. I think you get more out of the exercise and you can have cleaner form. In, out, and lift. Another ab and leg exercise. Now what we're going to do is extend our legs to the front, reclining with our back off the chair. Drive one knee up and return, then the opposite side. This next part may be limiting, meaning you might have to omit it. So as I lift my legs and lower, I have a pike, and that is a very challenging movement to do. If possible, just do the alternating knees without the pike. If that is even too tough, repeat the flutter kicks. Calf raises. So we want to pull our toes right under our knees, and then we lift our heels and we contract our calves. Now to make it harder, we add weight. Now you can put books on your legs. I like to put my dumbbells on top, and I'm just going to hold them there. I put my hands on the top, which you don't have to, because sometimes I like to press down when I'm doing my calf raise just to add to the challenge. This could always be an option, but I want you to feel like you're not going to have these weights fall. So please, feel free to grab onto the handles if you're going to incorporate them in the exercise. Scissors. Much like flutters, we recline, extend the legs, but it's a horizontal, alternating motion. One foot on top, then the other foot on top. Again, it's adducting and abducting, much like when we did the thigh master exercise, but in a different plane in order to get more abdominal recruitment. A back row. We're going to bring our chest over towards our legs as best as we can. Now, I know that some of our mobility might limit us. The important thing is not to round the back, so squeeze your shoulder blades back. Now, with the weights lowered right next to your legs, we pull our elbows back as if we're rowing the weights towards our ribs and hips. Now, the idea is to get your back in the motion. However, your biceps and your shoulders are a part of this. So if you feel it in your arms, don't worry. It's just because we've done so much for our arms already and they're feeling the fatigue. But try your best to keep your back in the correct plane and think of your back getting stronger with this motion. Good mornings. So for this one, we're going to be working our glutes and our legs and our lower back. We're going to give the dumbbell a hug. Bring it across our body, one hand on top of the other, like you're a mummy in a sarcophagus. You make that corpse pose with your arms. Now, arching the back as I go over will help to prevent me from rounding it. So I almost want to feel like I am sticking my butt back when I bow over. I go as far as I feel I can, and then explosively, driving through my legs, driving through my glutes, I bring my torso back up. You can do this without any external weight, just body weight, and you go with control when you go over. How far do you go? As far as you can without compromising the form. Now, when we develop lower back strength, a lot of people are so accustomed to lower back strain that they feel sometimes like, ow, I'm getting hurt. Well, you have to learn to identify what you're feeling. Are you feeling pain or are you feeling muscular exertion? Does it feel like your biceps feel when they have a burn from curling, or does it feel like you are actually doing damage? If it feels like you're doing damage, something's wrong with your form or you have too much weight. Get rid of the dumbbell. If you feel like, it's just kind of like a burning feeling, persevere as best you can, because that's you getting those muscles stronger. Oblique reachers. These are the last two exercises. So without bowing forward, I'm going to tilt to the side and use my stomach, contracting it explosively to bring myself back upright. I do not want to lift with my arm. Okay, while my arm does hold on to the weight, it's my abs that do the work. And now we finish out on the other side. I like to say at this point, last one, best one. It's not about just getting it done. It's about learning a good work ethic and doing everything well. We lean, compress, and drive up. We stretch, compress, and drive up. You got it. Couple more. And we're done. Good job, team.
You did it! Good job, good job. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up and like this video. Leave a comment, tell me what you like, what you don't like, and subscribe to our channel. Clicking that notification bell will let you know every time we upload a brand new video. That way you never miss out on anything. Think of yourself like a plant. You need water, you need sunlight. And remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, so give it time. Patience and perseverance is like water and sunlight. Maybe water and sunlight is like commitment and consistency. Patience and perseverance is like mom and dad helping you when you were learning how to walk and you fell down and they kissed the boo-boo and encouraged you to get yourself back up, and look at you now. Now you're a walking success, right? It just takes time. Thanks for working out with me. Have a great rest of your day.